While the rest of the world is worried about a depression as unemployment rate increases during this pandemic, Jeff Bezos is about to become a trillionaire. Jeff Bezos is one of the ultra rich tech founders who is likely to become a trillionaire in the future years. I didn't say a billionaire, I said a trillionaire. Okay, that's crazy. According to a study published by an analytical firm Comparison, the Amazon founder and CEO will become the first ever trillionaire this decade. And many people are not happy about this news. In fact, tons of people in the United States are disgusted and disturbed by this news. Hey, if you haven't subscribed yet, you are missing out. Be sure to subscribe now and avoid missing out on the latest amazing videos on this channel. We already have trillion-dollar companies. In 2018, Apple became the first trillion-dollar company in the United States. The first company ever to hit a trillion-dollar mark was PetroChina in 2007. They hit this briefly before they fell off. And just recently, in April 2019, Microsoft hit the trillion-dollar mark. Now, to many people, the thought of a single individual becoming a trillionaire is mind-blowing and almost unbelievable in an era where the bottom 90% hold 15% of the world's total wealth. The bottom 90% hold only 15%, 15% of the world's total wealth. Despite losing about $38 billion as part of his recent divorce, Jeff Bezos is still by far the world's richest person, and his net worth has grown by 34% on average over the last 5 years, which could potentially see him become the world's first trillionaire as early as 2026, at which point he will be aged 62. So he's set to become a trillionaire at age 62. that's super young if you ask me. This will make him richer than over 91% of countries in the world. Currently, only 16 out of 195 countries in the world are in the trillion-dollar club by GDP. As of today, Jeff Bezos' net worth is estimated at about $145 billion. Recently, Jeff Bezos pledged about $10 billion to save the planet, climate change. Interestingly, the global pandemic has significantly boosted his net worth and has gained a lot of attention and scrutiny from prominent voices in the country. Unfortunately, this news comes at a time when Amazon employees are publicly protesting over their safety as they continue to work during the coronavirus pandemic. It is important to note that other billionaires like Jack Ma of Alibaba have also been projected to become trillionaires by 2030. That's interesting. Really, really interesting. Okay, how did Comparison come up with Jeff Bezos' wealth projections? It's a bit complicated, but I'll break it down in 4 steps that I discovered during my research. Step 1. They analyzed the market capitalization of the 25 highest valued companies in the New York Stock Exchange, as well as the net worth of the richest 25 people in the world. Then they excluded billionaires like David Koch, who passed away recently after the last Forbes list was published. Also, They excluded billionaires who inherited their fortunes less than 5 years ago because there wasn't enough data to calculate an average rate of growth for these billionaires. Got it? That's step one. Step two, they took the data from the last 5 years as of September 16th of last year and they compiled it. So, step three, they calculated the average yearly growth, percentage yearly growth of the last 5 years. So they took the yearly growth of these billionaires' wealth each year, like they averaged it out over the last 5 years, and they took that percentage growth and that they applied it to the next step. So the final step, the step four, they applied this growth, this rate of growth for each future year to try and predict how the value of the wealth of these billionaires will change. Now, that's a bit complicated. You might want to rewind this and listen to what I just said again. But let's be clear, Jeff Bezos did not go out of his way to take money out of people's hands or pockets forcefully. Instead, he gets most of his money because people like you and I depend on his company and services. As far as we know, most of his billions come from building successful businesses. It almost feels to me like most of us are standing in line dying to give our money to Bezos and one of his companies. Okay, how do you feel about this news?